guys doing today? I am doing okay. How are you? How you been? I hope we all been doing well. I hope we all been putting our best foot forward. I hope we all been learning. I hope we all been praying. And I hope we all been obeying. The obeying part can be a lot harder. Conversation is age gap situation or relation or any kind of thing. Age gap. That's to the conversation. And why is that to this conversation? Because that I feel like that's a thing that we don't talk about. Like it's like normalized in the way, but not in the way. Like you get what I'm saying? In like a weird way. Like anywho, let's get into it. So why did I decide to talk about this? So we all have social media and we all been, listening to the blogs and reading the news about Uncle Shark and what he's been, going through with the 19-year-old. And however, like reading the text message from what the girl is saying, from like what he's putting out and everything, that situation may be like, okay, they had a thing going and people like to talk the way they do, and that's how that ended up. But however, right, age gap. This is a 50-something-year-old older man. That man is my mom's age. That's what that man is. That's a 19-year-old. My little brother is like 20-something. Right. 21, 22-year-old. My little brother is older than that. So that old man can birth that little girl. Right. Not only can he birth that little girl, sometimes nowadays he could be her grandpa. Right. That's what I'm saying. That old man. So yes, when we talk about age gap, we're not just going to talk about him because yes, him brought it up, but those situations are happening all over. It's happened all over. It's normalized in many culture for that to happen. It's like when a young girl get a certain age, she is preyed upon to be someone's wife, to be someone's woman. And yes, that may be a relationship or whatever that was. And now I feel it blew up, and now it is what it is. And maybe people like toxic, kinky shit. People like to say, "I'm gonna choke you." Some people like to be choked, and whatever that relationship was, he should have never been in it. To be like, that's what I'm trying to get at. Whatever it was, or whatever that situation is, he should have never been in it because what? He is old enough to be that girl's dad, grandpa. Like he's old enough to be. So like, why would you go there? Like you probably have kids at her age or older than her. So why would you go there? And in fact, like you're talking, and I feel like also within these situations as to like age gap relationship, people do that for dominance, for control, because some people are impressed by money and some people are influenced by power, and you're in those relationships, that's what it comes with. And they get into the relationships to serve that ego, for them to feel good about themselves. That's how I feel. So they can control the next person. And it happens a lot in Africa, a whole lot. This young 12-year-old is getting married. What do you mean I'm getting married? It's like literally 2 weeks ago, there's this little girl from South Sudan. It got it on the internet. It's like pleading for the internet to help her because her dad wants her to get married for what? A couple cows. Like for what? That you're gonna eat. So your 12-year-old, her life is gone. Her future is gone. Because of what? And then the sickening person that's her dad's age, it's the person that she's getting married to. It's like perverted. Like I said, it's like what we're saying now, but this go deeper than him. This go back to some of our grandmoms. Like, so it goes deeper than him. And we gotta stop this conversation. We gotta stop this nasty behavior because they are nasty. I'm not saying you can date down, but baby, you can date that low. I've dated down, but I didn't date low. Like, I didn't date low. Like, that's, like, you are a grandpa. You can date a few years down. That's not what I'm saying. If you like them young, you like them young, but that's too young. Why age is too young? Does a 19-year-old count as like, yes, she is an adult or he is an adult? So that's count for like a 50-something-year-old to be, or like, do the person like grow 19? Damn near, the literally was 18 last year, and you're 50 something. Like that's a whole age gap, and those relationships are very toxic because these people in power uses it, and that's where you end up hearing what we all hear. And now this person, because nowadays, people are gonna do what they're gonna do from a situation. It's like, you know what? Okay, there you go. Because I want to make a couple coins. Right. You should have never been there. So nobody would have, this whole conversation would have never happened. Like, he's not the only person. And it's like, oh, don't be double standard because women do it too. I do understand women do it too. Like, a few weeks ago, people were on the internet talking about Tracy Otis Ross when she was like, yes, she do date young. But I'm pretty sure she doesn't date a 19-year-old. If she does, then she's as sick as the man. If a 50-something-year-old is dating a 19-year-old, an 18-year-old, even a 20-year-old, you as sick as the man. If you're a woman, you're doing that. It's not a gender thing with me. It's like, ugh, you're a person that, like, why would you do that? Like, you can be 50-something and doing that. But those happens a lot. And 19 is not even, that's what I'm saying. This time is a 19-year-old. In other culture is a 13-year-old, is a 16-year-old, is a 12-year-old. They're getting pimped out by their parents. For what? Money. That's temporary. For food. That's temporary. That's the sad part about it. And these people in power, and these little person, like, what can you do as a child? If your parents is doing that to you, what power do you have? So when that little girl got on the internet and said, my dad's trying to do this, I was like, I'm proud of you. Because that's your only option. Bring light to the situation. Now, is it going to change it? We don't know. But a lot needs to change. We got to change our parents' behavior. In order for us all to stop generational curses, we got to stop letting those old behaviors slide. Like, we got to stop letting it slide. Like, it's not okay to do. Men or women, it's not okay to do. And people will say, oh, I like to date them young so I can mold them into the person. And then when you say shit like that, like, you are, like, what the is wrong with you? Like, who? And that is why you're dating them. But you're bold enough to say it. So now when a situation comes out like what we saying, and it's like, oh yeah, he did say he liked to date the young because he do likes to mold them. Because that is why people do those things, right? To mold them into their person. But you could date a person your age. You could date a younger person. If you're a 50-something-year-old, you could date a 30-something-year-old. You could date a 30-year-old. I don't feel like you should be dating a 19-year-old. Even 25. Like, if you want to say, okay, at what age? That's like half your damn age, bro. It works for them. If it works for you, it works for you. But I feel like it doesn't really work in most situations. And there's this creator on TikTok. Like, I love her content. And when I met her, she was talking about age gap relationship. How she was in one. She was married to a man. She's a 27-year-old married to a 51-year-old. You get a 27-year-old. She wasn't a 19-year-old, right? However this go, now she's 27, she's married. And she's telling us her story. And when we met her, she was talking about how traditional, like, man feels like she's a stay-at-home mom. She do everything for the kids. Like, she needs to keep the kids quiet when he gets home. The house needs to, like, she just needs to not look like he have kids. Like, what he wouldn't come at a woman his age, that's what he's coming at his daughter age, right? And like, he's making her feel like that. And while she did that, whatever didn't work in their relationship, now they're going through separation, they get into divorce. And it's like, okay, she lost one thing, financial power. Someone isolate you, it's like, oh, you can stay home and take care of the kids. Because they don't want you to have any freedom. That's why these relationships are toxic. They're stripping your financial freedom. Now she had to work. Thank God she started creating on TikTok. That helped. She has to have a part-time job. And now she's doing that. She's building her life up, back up with her kids. And she's inspiring other women. It didn't work for her. She tried it. I'm pretty sure that wasn't what she wanted. But this happened. And it's in her situation she chose to. Most people in other people's situation, they don't. Younger age than that, they don't. They're put in it. And it didn't work out. And she was put down. She explained her story every day. And every day she picks up herself. She picks up her camera and she's working to be the woman that she is. Because she got girls. She got beautiful daughters. And she wants to show them that there should be no way a man should treat you like that. Even if he's your own daddy. And that's what she's doing. So her girls can deserve better. I feel like we all should do that. Like as human beings. Boys and male and female. It's not just a woman thing. It's a men thing too, because men do that. And the crazy thing is, speaking of men, I have women that are into these relationships. There's men that be as young as the man, like a 19-year-old. But they will do like a 20, like a, young early 20 or mid 20. They do that too. And I feel like, and these women are rich, and they do that too. And it's still a control thing. It's still a power thing. And as a man, like we see some of our favorite celebrities, and they're not even their age. Not forget their age. It can just be a man that lesser power than them. They date down so they can I feel like it minimize you. You're like a purse holder. Like that's what you are. You ain't got no power. Just how a man does it. And we all saw Diddy did it to Cassie. Like we all see it in other people's life, but it be in people real life. They be going through that. Men and women. People do that. Our favorite, we seen it with Cher, but he's in his 30s. So he's choosing to, right? He's not a 19-year-old. He's just what? He's in his late 30s or whatever. And she's twice his age, whatever. But yeah, it happens. And like Tracy Arthur Ross is saying that she did down and she just wants to have fun. Keep her young because the men her age wants to date. They don't want to change their ways. They feel like they're stuck in their ways. They're going to find women that are younger than them. So they go to date them. So they leave them to do what? I don't want to be dating a person that just feel like she needs to be controlling. He doesn't need to change. So, and it comes back to the woman. It's like, okay, I'm going to date down. He doesn't have that behavior yet. And then they still kind of you're molding the person into be. It's still creepy. But yeah, I guess. It's still creepy. But it's that's what the option, I guess. When we get to a certain age, the option that is given is the people our age, the men our age, or in their age, for example, now, they're in their 50s. But women that are, they can control, they like the young, as Uncle Sharp said. We like them young. We can tell them what to do. Young, beautiful, and turned. That's what they like now. Talk about how all them nasty things. And people got fetishes. So if they found someone that can do their fetish and give them what they want, and this person in reverse is a transaction, you give me my wildest fetish and I'm giving you money, people go for that. And that's what we end up in a situation like that. But some situation doesn't end up like that. Some situation the girls are too young and they have no say so. They cry on that wedding day. They beg their parents they don't want to go. But they're still forced to go. That situation is wrong. This situation is wrong too. You can say, oh, she's an adult, she has a choice. Yeah, still wrong. Either one is wrong. Men or women. They both get taken advantage of. So I just want us to have a conversation like this. Age gap. Is that right? How do you guys feel about it? Will you try that? I dated before. And he was younger. He was 3 years younger than me. This was in college. And he was like, again, the best relationship ever. It wasn't because of his age. It was just because he was just really nice to me. He loved me for me. He listened to me. He just allowed me to be myself. Allowed me to take up space. And that just excited me. Just you just allow me to be me. That's like the best thing you can ever do for me in a relationship. I'm not gonna be disrespectful, but just like allow me to shine and don't take over just like, oh, I'm gonna step here and just like that's my girl. Like that's all I need. And he did. And that relationship was great. Yes, he was 3 years younger than me. We're in college. It did happen. Was it abusive? No. Did I take advantage of him? No. Did any of it power of anything? No. I don't think that's the same situation. But I was just saying that it do happen that we do date younger sometimes. But there's a difference between that too. That's why I'm giving that as an example. So yeah, thank you guys for listening. Let's have a conversation. Drop. Would you date younger? How young? You know? Do you like Poppy? No judgment. No judgment. But reasons why we're having this conversation because it goes bad in other situations. And in other situations, it's not other people's choice. It's other people make the choices for them. So if it's something that's your choice, it's your choice. But in other situations, it's not their choices. So that's what we're talking about it because, it can be good for nobody. So tell you guys, thank you for listening. Subscribe, share, come back as we grow. Thank you guys for listening to me rant. Let's have a conversation. What would you guys like to see more of? Okay? So before we go, we're going to get to my next favorite part of this show. It's my outfit. 2 years ago when I lived in Vegas, like 3 years ago or so. And the crazy thing is about this top, 2 weeks ago, I thrifted it at a thrift store. So it's like sometimes God just be doing what God needs to do, right? So that's how we're here. I feel like when I saw it, I'm like, Mommy. And she's like, well, I was like, I got it. She's like, I know. And yeah, that's I love thrifting and I love thrifting with my mom. Like, she's the best person to go thrifting with. And shoes, thrifting. Love thrifting. You can get good stuff thrifting. Just be patient. I don't like to be there too long. If you guys want tips about how to thrift and where to go and how to look and all the other stuff, comment. We can have a whole different video about that. Because I love doing that and I feel like I'm really, really good at that. I don't take too long. But yeah, let's have a conversation. Tell you guys thank you for listening. Tell you guys thank you for watching. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. And why do I do this? Because I love doing this. It is what it is now, but I believe in myself and I'm continuing to show up for myself because I believe in myself. So thank you guys. Bye.